Welcome to Post to the Call. My name is Stephen Dawes, and it's now been, well, virtually official that Wilfried Zaha is leaving. He's going to Galatasaray. He released a statement on his Instagram, which, if you check out my shorts, you'll be able to see that on there, and how he thanks the fans for his time at Palace, and how he thinks of us as a family. It's great to get that kind of thing from him. Obviously, we wouldn't be where we are without him. I think that whatever you think about the situation as it is now, I think you have to admit that he helped us a huge amount in getting us to where we are now. And I really do hope that his time at Galatasaray goes well. I think that he's going to get European football, which is what he wants. Hopefully he'll get regular starts and he'll get to play in Europe, which I think is probably something that he's stipulated in his contract, that he gets to play in Europe. Who knows? But I do hope he has the best experience down there, because it would be sad for him to have another time away from Palace and have another bad experience. I think that wouldn't be fair on him. I know there are a lot of people on social media and that are quite angry at the decision, how it's taken so long. I think there are certain things I think the club should learn from this situation. I think if you're going to put an agreement on the table, if you're going to put a deal on the table for him, as Steve Parish did, then you've got to give it a time limit. And I think you've got to say, look, we have to recruit, we have to bring players in, we have to replace you as best we can. We're going to give you this fantastic deal, but it's only going to be around for a month or something like that. I think you have to have a time limit on it, and after that you're going to have to say, well, then that's it. You've got to go. You've got to go somewhere else. And I think I think the club are probably as much to blame for this lengthy situation than anybody else, because I think that yes, give him that fantastic contract, but then just set a time limit on and say, okay, after this amount of time it's off the table. I think that there were talks about him going to another club in the Premier League. That seems to have fell through, and it became Galatasaray, Fenerbahce. And he's ended up with Galatasaray, which is a club that I think will support him, and hopefully the fans will take him under their wing and support him and give him the kind of reception that we've given him at Palace. Thing is now, though, obviously, where do we go from here? How do things build on from here? Well, we've obviously heard the rumours about a lot of other players that are linked with moves away, and hopefully not all of them will go. I think that hopefully it will be Wilf, and maybe one or two others will probably leave, I think, but hopefully not as many as are rumoured to anyway, because I think that would be a huge dent in our squad, a huge dent in the ability of the squad, and I think that we will suffer as a result of it unless we bring players in. Now, we've still got time. This is not the end of the world. We've still got time to bring players in and to bed them in and get them up to speed before the season starts, but it's looking increasingly likely that we're going to be a little bit threadbare come the start of the season, which is a shame. I think we still have talented players. We still got Eze. He's not going to be going anywhere. Elise, I think perhaps maybe, I know there's been a lot of speculation that he's definitely going. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one. But there were lots of talented players in the team, lots of talented players coming through. And yes, obviously you want to bring those players through, but I think we also need to think about the first team, because if we don't have a good, strong first team, we're gonna struggle in the Premier League, and then we're going to lose money if we end up getting relegated. So I think that we do need some investment. I'm not sure it's going to come this window. I think it's going to have to be something that's going to take time. But do we have that kind of time? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, of course, and don't forget to subscribe. But let me know down in the comments what you think. What do you think the situation currently is with Crystal Palace? Do you think that we've got enough in our squad to survive another season? Or do you think that if we lose the players that are currently rumoured to be on their way out, or rumoured to be of interest to other clubs, then how do you think we'll fare after that? Let me know down in the comments, as always.